What's up, guys? My name is Dane. Yeah, it's been a minute since I got on here and talked about any gang stalking experiences or anything like that. I've made a bunch of them in the past. If you guys haven't seen any of my videos, check them out. I've just been busy. I have a lot on my plate right now. Just trying to go to kind of that next level in my life. And I got two years clean and sober. I haven't been experiencing any gang stalking for a couple years, minus like a couple weird things here and there, but as a whole, I don't really pay attention to it. And I had someone comment on one of my videos I did that was outside. It's kind of like one of my old one, and he's like, "Dude, it's happening the whole video." And maybe that's true, but I realized that your focus when they use that like anxiety and fear a lot. It's like the more you focus on it, kind of the worse it gets. The more fear you give to it, the worse it gets. And I stopped being afraid of it all. I ended up just trusting God and accepting, God's not going to let anything happen to me unless he's going to work it for good. And that just started bringing me peace. I started being able to stand firm on like the promises of God. And even when things were really sketchy and I had people threatening my life and saying they're gonna kill me and murder me, I had people like put knives to my neck and show me guns, stuff like that. It's like I learned how to trust God through it all, and no one ever touched me. So, excuse me. That's kind of how it's gone in the last couple years. But all that to say, I have more experiences, but I struggle with sharing them. And sorry guys, I'm drinking sparkling water and it's making me burp a little. But anyways, I say all that to say is I still have experiences that I haven't shared, and it's really hard to put into words or to make it palatable for people, I guess. But the truth is, if you're watching these gang stalking videos, I know that you probably have experiences that feel the same way about it. And that's why it is important to speak on our experiences and to tell our story, because I get a lot of people, thanking me and all this. And it's like, I'm just sharing my experience and a little bit of hope that I found in, not a little bit of hope, great hope that I found in Jesus and the Word of God, but I'm glad it can help people. And all that to say, lately I've been thinking on some questions. So probably this video, I'm just going to talk about some things, and then pretty soon, within the next couple weeks, I'll drop like this whole story of like something that happened to me in relation to the topic of mind control and how I've been seeing some overlap with trauma-based mind control and gang stalking. I'm still putting a lot of pieces together, but one thing I've been doing lately is I've been watching this channel called The Imagination Broadcast with a girl named Emma. She's the host of it, and she gets a lot of survivors from really wild experiences. And I'm not saying like a bear attack or not like that, but I'm talking about more on the side of fringe things that people consider conspiracy theories, but these are people's actual experience. It's stuff that relates to satanic ritual abuse. They talk about targeting, gang stalking as well. They talk about MK Ultra. They talk about growing up in secret societies and cults, government programs, all sorts of stuff that are just kind of like you hear about. You hear all these theories about them, but this is like people that literally grew up involved in this stuff, and a lot of them turned to God. Not all of them, but they, for whatever reason, they survived, and now they're telling their story. They're telling specifics about these programs and certain things. And through this, I've been able to kind of get a baseline understanding of, you know, mind control specifically. That's like one of them that's I'm interested in, because I see, like I said, the overlap between trauma-based mind control and gangstalking. I just want to know the connection a little bit more, because they seem to have the same components in a lot of ways. So I'm kind of left with more question than answers at this point. But if any of you guys have any good videos on that, or information on the correlation between trauma-based mind control and gangstalking, I would love to hear it, because it's just there's too many similarities and overlap on them. And like, for me, ultimately, I still struggle with why the stuff has happened to me. Like, not that I'm not bitter about it, you know, I'm curious, like, why did I go through what I went through? Was it something they were attempting to do? And when I say that, it's like, I really don't even know who they is. And that's part of it too, that makes it so unbelievable, is like, you know, you tell people you're experiencing these things, and you're like, yeah, they're doing this, they're following me, they're you know, provoking me, they're mimicking me, they're stalking me, and then it's like, they're like, who's they? And you don't have a good answer for them, right? So I know that demonic spirits are involved in these programs and these experiences, but I'm trying to figure out just more about it. You know, I'm not obsessing over it, but it's because I'm not even experiencing it anymore, but I just seek to understand, like, it's got to be part of something bigger. So coming soon, I'm going to tell about an experience where it felt very mind control-y in a setting. I'm going to talk about that. And I'm also going to talk about potentially, is gangstalking like a recruitment program? Because I've heard people talk about that as well on that channel I was speaking about. And also, I had an experience where someone was watching my videos, and and he had an interesting view on the whole deal. He was once targeted and ended up becoming part of what they were doing, which I had experience where a couple times it was made known to me, basically, that I could join. I had people literally ask me, why are you asking so many questions? You want to join? And like, when he said that, my spirit, my heart was like, he like jumped within me and was like, no, absolutely not. Like, it was like it couldn't be more of a no. You know? And I was like, you guys won't tell me what's going on. You guys won't tell me what you're about. You won't tell me the rules to this whole game, the end game, the borders of it. Everything that I'm finding out is from myself, and you're asking me if I want to join. I was like, whatever you guys are doing, you know, as far as tormenting people and all that, I was like, I'm not with any of that. And so they didn't really ask me again after that, like point blank, but it was kind of implied that if I wanted it to stop, like, I could push to join them. And so that's kind of been I guess, an underlying theme throughout my stalking, but I went the opposite way. I don't respect what they do. I believe it's completely evil. You know, it's causing people to kill themselves or hurt others. And I view it as, you know, demonic and nasty, you know, and I went the other way with it because I realized there were still traits in me that these people that were carrying out the gang stalking had. Like, it was almost like God showed me the ugliness in them and then was like, oh yeah, do you have any of that in you? And I started realizing, like, I can't be around these people. I can't be, you know, I was kind of forced to be around these people because of my addiction and things like that. And I wasn't forced, but because of my addiction, it put me in these circumstances and these situations where all this stuff was around me. Yeah, I wanted no part to do with them. So it was almost like, it was strange, you know. It was really strange. Like they wanted me to be all the way with them almost if I was going to be there, and if not, I was going to get targeted until I made a choice. So back to the guy. I'm gonna make a video where I talk about these combos. Like, I'll read what me and him said, because he had a very interesting view on things. And maybe he still watches my video, but I believe this guy was deceived into joining something that was evil, and they made it look like they're doing good in the world. Because the dude was basically telling me, like, stop making the videos. Like, the people that he's like, you're not helping the people that are getting targeted. Like, they have to go through their process on their own and all this stuff. And he had like this twisted view about God and Satan, and like he believed in God, but he had believed a lot of lies about God and about Satan and about gang stalking, and he ended up joining them, and that's how his targeting stopped, basically. And I've kind of ran into people that, when I was going through my thing, you know, I was talking to them about it. One was like somewhat kind of a buddy, at least. Like, he was all right. Like, he was around the drug scene and all that, but he was like, oh, he's like, yeah, he's like, because I was talking about what was going on with me, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, I remember going through that, you know. And he made it seem like that's a thing of the past. He didn't say he joined them or whatever, but like after that, I kind of felt different towards the dude, because it was almost like he was telling me, like, yeah, they put me through that and I joined them, type deal. So yeah, this is kind of just a rant video, I guess, at this point, but I'm gonna share in the next one. I'm gonna share one of those two experiences, because I think hopefully someone will have some similar experience, or, you know, I like to hear what people have to say about them, but this one was just like so strange. But it felt like they were trying to program or do something. It was so bizarre, you guys. Like, I felt like the people in this room, there was like 5 people in this room, and it felt like all these people in this room were like parts of my personality. And that's what I'm saying, like, with the alters and stuff that can happen through trauma-based mind control. It felt like some overlap with that. And I've also been looking into neuro-linguistic programming. It's kind of like, I don't have a huge understanding on it too, but it's like almost a form of hypnotism that people use. Like, there's stuff called dark psychology, and the only reason I'm looking into this stuff is to understand what was going on, and how they were doing the things that they were doing to me. So I'm not looking at this in any way, shape, or form to like try to use it on someone, but I want to be not ignorant to their schemes. And one of the things that I've kind of found out through that is how they use confusion. Like, someone who's confused is more easily programmable, and I'm sure there's some science behind that, but there was a lot of times where the stuff they were making me see in the situations they were creating was just causing so much confusion. And I could see now how, like, a confused person is more easily manipulated, because you're not sure of anything. And it's an uncomfortable feeling. So if you put someone in a confused state and then you're able to like tell them something, maybe they'll accept it more, be able to be programmed easier. That just makes sense to me, just thinking about it logically. If you're confused, you're trying to hold on or grasp for something, right? Some sort of truth. So you confuse someone and then give them a lie that is supposed truth, and they're more easily susceptible to believe in it. So I don't know. At this point, I have a lot more questions than answers, but if you have any information on that, drop it in the comments, or ask me. I'll give you my email. Let's talk about it. But I got those 2 videos coming up soon. Yeah. Other than that, if you guys are experiencing these things, there is hope. Always turn to God, seek God, and put your trust fully in Him. And it doesn't mean everything's gonna get perfect, but God will give you the strength and get you through it. He'll give you wisdom too. The Bible says if any man lacks wisdom and you ask God for it, He'll pour it out to you. So I'll see you guys soon. I'm just ranting now. God bless. Talk to you later.